today I'm going to show you how to play a chord melody arrangement of Come As You Are by Nirvana. And this song, in the arrangement I made, I did it down a half step. I tuned the guitar down a half step. And if you don't know how to do that, then you might want to learn how to do that first, so that when you try to play your guitar, it'll sound the same as me playing my guitar. So right now I'm tuned down a half step, so my low E string is really a D sharp string right now, or E flat. So just keep that in mind. However, when I talk about notes on the guitar for this video, I'm still going to talk about it as if it's in standard tuning. So if I'm talking 3rd fret, I'm going to say G right there. But to start out, we're just going to start with the very first opening riff, which is... So we start out by plucking the open string twice, and then the 1st fret, and then the 2nd fret. And that's the first part of the riff. 0, 0, 1, 2, you hold it for a second, and then you pluck the open string right underneath it, and then go back to the top string, back to open string, and back to top string. So we have 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, and then you go backwards. 2, 1, 0. Then you're going to add your middle finger to that 5th string, and then back to the open string. And that's kind of it for that beginning opening riff. So it's going to sound like this. And we're going to do it twice like normal. And on the 3rd time, we're going to start doing octaves. So with octaves, anytime you push a note down on the top string, let's say this G note here, you have the same note an octave higher, 2 strings lower, and 2 frets out. So 2 and 2. So 2 strings lower, 2 frets out, you have an octave. And an octave means that those 2 notes are 8 notes apart. They're essentially the same note. Here's a low G, here's a high G. And so we're going to play that riff in octaves. So all of these notes here, we're just going to add an octave note to it. So 0, 0, the 1st octave is in the 1st fret. So F down here, F with your pinky. I use my pinky. Some people use their ring finger. You could do it either way, really. I guess I like to use my pinky because it just feels a little more comfortable doing it that way. So the very first 2 zeros, I'm going to not do an octave on them. But then on the F, octave, and then F sharp, another octave. We're going to jump up to the 5th fret for the next one on A. And then back to the 2nd fret, back to 5th, and back to 2nd. So far that's 0, 0, F, F sharps, A, F sharps, A, F sharps, and then strum F sharp again and go backwards to F. Now here comes the O again, and yeah, instead of hitting the octave E right there, I'm going to hit it here in the 7th fret. Because with this open string, it just kind of ruins your shape a little bit and makes it so the A string, you might accidentally strum the A. But if you come here to the 7th fret, you got an E there that works, and then B is right there in the 7th fret too. So that's F sharp, F, and then E, B, E, E, B octaves, and then you start over. Then we get to the verse part where you put the melody with the bass line. And that's one of the things that I thought was cool with this song is it gave you a chance to do that, or gave me a chance to do that, and I thought that was a pretty cool effect. So on the bottom 2 strings we have the melody, which is going to start on the C sharp note here. I'm going to use my ring finger. Come as you are, as you were. So we're going to get C sharp to E, back to C sharp, then open E, and then F sharp, and then C sharp, and then E, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, E, C sharp. Now by itself, that's the easy part. It's like, yeah, I could do that, that's easy. But can you do it at the same time as you're playing the bass line at the beginning? And that's where the challenge comes. Now the fingering kind of matters for this, which fingers you're using to do these two things. Talking about the melody again, you're going to want to use your middle finger to do that bass line so that you can use your ring finger to hit that C sharp. You can pretty much leave your ring finger there for the C sharp and then the open E, but when the F sharp note comes in, you're going to want to use your pinky for that, and then your ring finger there. And with these other two fingers, you're going to be getting the bass line. So we've got, so you're going to pluck these two together, the C sharp and the F sharp, then keep going with the bass line. On this next A string, you pluck that open E string at the same time. C sharp, E, C sharp again. So that's you are. So as you, on the U word, you're gonna hit the F note with it and then hit the open E note with it. Come as you are, and then as, put the B, U, F sharp with open E, and then here's where your C sharp and F are at the same time. So that's the idea of it, and then you're going to keep repeating it, and once you get it down, you really just repeat it over and over, and it's the same idea over and over. So here it is all together. And then slow, it's going to sound like this. Alright, so that's how the beginning of Come As You Are goes, and stay tuned for the next video where I talk about the verse and the bridge part and how to play that in a chord melody style. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.